what I think what you're doing with your blog is really important, because you yourself are actually offering an alternative point of view that probably won't be heard on CBS News or on KDKA. And you know what I think is great about independent media, which is what you are. You know, you're the person on the street, the reporter on the street. You're bringing a perspective from the average person or someone who is involved that in an issue or or some kind of demonstration or whatever. Anyway, you hear what I'm saying. But someone who normally wouldn't have a voice in the mainstream, and that, you know, so hopefully people are checking out your blog, and maybe they're hearing me say something that, you know, they wouldn't hear somewhere else.
So what? Maybe right now, what if there's just one or two things you want to say? What do you want to say?
Well, I think that the main reason that I'm here today is because I think that this meeting that they're having here at the G-20 is really a meeting of the haves who are here to dictate to the have-nots, which is everyone else. And you know, it's incredible how they're able to come in here and completely close down a city, and then people yesterday who just wanted to have their voice heard and demonstrate and be you know, take advantage of their civil liberties and their rights as Americans to have their voice heard. Those people, when they take to the streets, the police tell them that they have to disperse and that it's illegal for them to be on the streets and that they have no right to be there. And so, you know, I don't think that I think that there's an injustice there, and I don't think that that is what America should be about. I think that this is a country where everyone should have an equal right to have their voice heard, and we shouldn't have to ask for permission to have our voice heard. We shouldn't have to ask for permission from the powers that be to have our voice heard, because every citizen in this country has as much right as anybody else to be heard.
Do you think there's, you know, excessive police presence?
I absolutely do think that there's absolute police presence right here, as you can see. I mean, you know, it's in general, I think that the police are here to intimidate and to let people know that they need to stay home and not stand up to any kind of authority, and that people need to be dictated to. And you know, that's exactly what this meeting's about. It's about dictating to the people and telling people how things are going to be. And I think the police presence reinforces that message that you better listen to them, because if you don't listen to them, then you're going to get beat up or arrested or put in jail. And
things that I'm wondering, like what if the police weren't here? I'm just curious, do you think that there would have been a lot of riots, or, you know, do you think the police has a role to play?
Well, I think that the role of the police is to protect the people. And, you know, when I look at footage in Seattle, I see police that walked up to people who are peacefully protesting, sitting on the ground and spray painting or putting pepper spray in each of their eyes. I mean, that's excessive, and that's not protecting people. You know, if the police is simply going to be around to protect property and keep order, I think that's reasonable. But you know, and you know, I actually have friends in the police force. I mean, I don't think that all police are bad. I think there's a lot of great police officers.
So, do you think that your views represent a lot of the protesters here?
I couldn't speak for everybody else, but I think that there certainly are a number of people that probably agree with some of the things that I would believe in.
Someone I talked to yesterday had a lot of views about, you know, I don't know how he would label himself. Maybe a constitutionalist, but he thinks, for example, that Barack Obama and George Bush and Bill Clinton are all in cahoots, you know, trying to take over the world, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Are you, or for example, that 9/11 was orchestrated by? Do you guys? I see you nodding your head. Do you agree with that?
No, I do not agree with that. But that is a common belief.
Okay. Yeah. Of course, I've heard of it too.
Power. You know, there are people in power. They are keeping consistent policies throughout, from Clinton through Bush and now into Obama, and it is unfortunate. We would like to see more of a change.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that there is a cabal of Bush and Clinton and they get together and and Obama, and they're out to destroy or rule the world, but their political policy is very similar. And I think that their main constituency, which is the corporations of this world, they pretty much are carrying out the same policy for those corporations, and that policy pretty much stays intact no matter who's president.
Do you guys have a political party that you affiliate with, or do you call yourselves?
No, I think I don't think that there's any one perfect political persuasion, and just somebody who tries to look at things objectively.
Do you mind telling me who you voted for in the 2008 election?
Not because he was my first choice, but because I felt like he was the only one that had a reasonable chance of winning. I voted for Barack Obama. And but I think if I was going to follow anybody politically, I would say look at Ralph Nader and Ralph Nader's views. I think that Ralph Nader is kind of honest and ultimately good. On that note, I'm going to let you go.
Okay, thank you.